Hi friends, this is Malti. I am here to discuss one of the most interesting poem, which is The Road Not Taken. This poem is written by Robert Frost. Okay, in this poem I will elaborate line by line and each and everything in details. I will tell you about the road not taken. Okay, the first thing that you have to understand, the road not taken means what? The road not taken, it means the road which is not chosen by the first, or the it is not taken by the Robert Frost. Okay, so here the first stanza: two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here the poet is saying about that there are two roads. Okay, now the poet has come to a diversion in the road. There are two paths that he now has to choose from. He have to choose one path. Being a single traveler, he cannot take only one path. Okay, being a single traveler, he cannot walk both tracks or the both road. He will travel he will travel one path only. So he stands and looks down one road as far as it bent in the undergrowth. Similarly, we can compare with in our lives when we are facing a difficulties and facing sometimes we are facing dilemma and difficult to take the decision or to choose between two paths or the options. So here the poet is facing dilemma with his life. Okay, how? Because here two roads are there and he is thinking that which road I will go. So here the diverse means divided. The yellow woods, it refers to that yellow woods refers to the season of the autumn season. So at that time he was a single person, and with the confusion he is thinking about the two roads and he is relating with the life. Sometimes we also face some problems, and sometimes we will also we have to compare also with our life with this problem, that choosing or making decision, that is very difficult, either it is a good or a bad. Okay, if you will choose the bad thing, definitely the life how it will go, and if you will choose the good thing, then how our life will be in our future. So making the decision is the most important in life, not only for the oldest people, not only for the youngest people, for everyone making decision is most important in the life. So here if I talk about the poetic devices, the assonance is used here. What the assonance is? The repetition of the o sound in the word roads and yellow. Here the o in roads and yellow is o is repeating the sound. A repetition of the sound of o is, that is assonance is used here. And if you talk about the symbolism, the road is a representation for the journey or the life choices that poet makes, that is the symbolism. The symbolize with our life. Then another thing is a yellow wood, also a symbolism, that life is, or the poet has to make decision for himself, that is also a symbolism. And anaphora here used, the repetition of and at the beginning lines of 2, 3 and 4. So these are the anaphora. And metaphor also here used. The word undergrowth stands for the future into which the poet cannot see, that is the metaphor. And another poetic device, enjambment, Enjambment that lines 3, 4, and 5 have a continuous flow with any punctuation mark. There is no punctuation mark. These lines continuous with the sentences. That is the enjambment. And another thing, that metaphor also, this is the road, is a metaphor for the choices we make in life. That is one metaphor. And second stanza, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worm then really about the same. Then here in this stanza, the poet then decides to take the road which many people had not walked on. It seems more appealing to him as it was grassy, and thereby thinks he thinks in the better option. After taking the road, he realized that the grassy road had been trodden on equally like the other road. Okay, but the roads were what to say, weren't just the same. In the same way, in life we may take a decision thinking it to be a better option, but the truth is that the grass is not greener on the other side. Both options have equal advantage and the disadvantages are there. So exactly here the poet is taking decision to walk other roads which was not used by the people. And if you talk about the poetic devices here used, alliteration is used. The repetition of D sound in then and the D. Repetition of W sound in wanted and where. So here another poetic devices is used, simile. But the roads have been compared to each other using the words as, just as, fair. This is the simile. And yes, enjambment is also there. Line 4 and line 5th. Without punctuation mark, these lines are continuously flow with. Then that is the enjambment. Then another poetic devices is used here. Imagery is used here. Imagery, what is the imagery? The poet gives us a visual description of the two roads. That is imagery. He says that one was grassy, as other were hardly any travelers walking down that road. So these are the poetic devices. Then come to star stanza, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no staff had trodden black. Oh, I keep the first for another day, yet knowing how well leads unto way. I doubted if I should ever come back. So here in this third stanza, the poet says that the road were similar, the leaves were fresh and had not been the stepped on their roads. But since his journey down to the chosen path, he kept the other road for another day. Okay, then the poet knew that by choosing his desired path, he would definitely lead further to another path. Therefore, he doubts that would ever be able to be on the that path which he left for another day. Okay, sometimes in life we are facing with a decision to make. Okay, sometimes we faced with a decision to make. We choose one option but wonder what it would be like to have chosen the other. So taking decision and making decision is the most important thing in the life. So in this poem, the poet in this stanza, in third stanza, what are the poetic devices? I will tell you that alliteration is used here. The repetition of F sound, the first and for. The repetition of the word way has been replaced by twice. This is alliteration. Then imagery is also used here. The poet gives a beautiful description of both the roads that morning. That is the imagery. He says that they lay equally with none of the leaves turned black by the footstep of the passers by. So that is your imagery. So here enjambment also used here, line 1 and continues to into the line 2 without any punctuation, that is enjambment. Okay, I hope you are getting my points that what I am discussing in these poems. So come to the stanza 4. I shall be telling this with a sign, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverse in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The poet now in this stanza, he says, he is saying about the poet now looks back at the decision he made, and with a sign says that ages ago there were two roads which diverge in a wood, and he chosen to make one and which least and the amount of travels. Okay, this decision of his has made all the difference in his life. So likewise, our choices and options are what make us and shape our future. So here the making the decision is the most important for the life. He is remembering his first days that ages and ages hence. Still, he chose another way or another road. That road was not traveled by the people, and that made him different. So someone is making decision for the good thing that is the good for his life, or the that is the good shape for his future. So in this stanza, in fourth stanza, what are the poetic devices? Here the repetition of the word ages and ages twice, it is written twice, that is the repetition. And another thing that the line roast this has been repeated hence again, and assonance also here used. Repetition of a sound is edges and edges. Okay, enjambment also here used. Line 1 continues into line 2 without any punctuation, that is also enjambment. So this was the poem that I have already discussed with you. And here, and what is the rhyming scheme of this poem? The rhyming scheme of this poem is A B A A B C D C C D E F E E F G H G G H. This is the rhyming scheme of this poem. So I hope you understand this poem. Okay, if you are making doubt about this poem, then you can comment me in the comment section, and we will discuss more about these things. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.